Hello and welcome. My name is Dorman. Welcome to your practice. Whenever you're engaging in this practice, whatever time of the day it is for you. But this practice today is a really awesome and gentle practice for runners. I went for a run this morning and I haven't ran for over a year, but I just felt the calling. I needed to go outside. I know how my body feels and how connected I become to this body when I go out for a run. So during my run, I was like, oh, the practice today is geared for runners. So if you're a runner, welcome. If you're not a runner and you're just starting out with your practice, totally cool. This practice is also for you. So I will see you on the other side and get set up with your mat and whatever else you need. If you need a block for props, feel free to get that now, and I will see you on the other side. Nama. Stay right here till you get back. So let's come to the top of our mat, and we'll just start off with 3 basic sun sal A's, just to warm the body up. Get grounded through the 4 corners of your feet, and then bring some energy into your legs. Just take a moment to reconnect with your breath and your body. Just notice the sensations here, and notice the flow of your breath. Maybe gently rock your body from side to side, maybe forward and backwards, maybe creating a circle as you stand here in Tadasana. And then meeting in the center, back in the middle. Bring the energy back into the legs, and as you inhale, sweep the arms up above, think side body long, lifting the upper body out of your lower body, fingers reaching up to Mother Sky, and your feet getting rooted down to Mother Earth. As you exhale, let's fold. If you need to bend the knees, feel free to bend them. Let your head get super heavy. If you're unable to touch the ground, you can always bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. Exhale again to fold. And then inhale all the way up to standing, sweeping the arms up above. Finding a slightly deeper back bend. Remember, side body long as you reach through those fingertips. Exhale, let's fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. Exhale to fold. Again, bend the knees should you need. And then inhale, let's rise up to standing. Sweeping the arms up above again. Maybe finding an even deeper back bend. One more, just like that. Exhale, bow into the essence of all you choose to be. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. Exhale to fold, and then inhale, bring it back up. Riding the wave of that breath. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Eyes closed. Notice the sensations here in your body. Taking one more full cycle of breath. We're going to add a little bit more here. Exhale, releasing the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up above, side body long, finding that slightly deeper back bend. Exhale, let's fold. Again, if you need to bend the knees, feel free to bend them. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and then exhale, let's step back to plank, the top of your push-up. Breathe. Here you can even pedal the feet, so bend the right knee and then the left. And then bringing it back to that center. Getting the arms nice and strong. If you need to release your knees, feel free to release them down, but check in that your knees are staggered back a bit, okay? So try to avoid bringing the knees down here. If they're here, just walk them back a bit so they get to be staggered back. Awesome. Inhale, shift your weight forward. So whether you're here or here, you're going to shift your weight forward. And let's bring it all the way down to the mat. Find the top of your feet. And then now come up to your fingertips. And as you inhale, let's rise up to a low cobra. Relax your glutes. Automatically, your glutes try to contract here, so just relax them. And then release it back down. Find the palm of your hands. Tuck your toes under, either pressing up to the knees or to plank. And then exhale, let's find downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal your feet, bending the right knee and then the left, all while encouraging your heart and shoulders towards the thighs. Let's think of creating space between the shoulder blades, so finding the outer rotation of those shoulders, spreading the fingers nice and wide. And then inhale, look to your hands. As you exhale, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. My hamstrings are super tight from my run this morning. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. And then exhale to fold. Inhale, rising up. Sweeping the arms up above, finding a slightly deeper back bend. Remember, side body long as you reach through the fingertips. Exhale, let's fold. Twice more. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. Exhale again, let's step back to the top of that push-up position, that plank. Breathe in, spread the fingers nice and wide. This time, well, either you can take it all the way down to the mat, or you can come halfway down, chaturanga. Remember, if you need to release the knees, feel free. If you're halfway, let's find the top of your feet. And if you're on the mat, top of the feet, up dog or cobra. Look up to Mother Sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe into your moment here. Again, feel free to pedal the feet, bending the right knee and then the left. If you want, you can even spin that heel in. So that right heel, spin the right heel towards the center. So you get that stretch through the outside of that right leg. Bring it back to down dog and then spin the left heel in. And bring that back to center. Look to your hands and let's walk the feet up. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Sweeping the arms up above. Oh, it looks so good, feels so good. Exhale, let's bow into our essence. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. Exhale again, let's step it back to the top of that push-up. Deep breath in. Now let's flow this time around. So whether you're all the way down, so if you're down here, that's okay. Or if you're here, as you exhale, let's ease it down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, let's find that downward facing dog. Breathe into your moment. Each inhalation, remember the opportunity that we have here to create length through the back body. So the arms get really nice and long. The heels work on connecting to the mat. One more full cycle of breath, maybe even drawing the belly button back to the spine. And you look to your hands, walk your feet up. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. Exhale to fold. If you need to bring the hands to the shin, remember that is available to you. And then exhale, let's fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Sweeping the arms, side body long. Lots of energy in the legs. Reach through those fingertips and then exhale. Bring your hands to your heart center. And just take a moment here to notice the sensations in your body. Notice the flow of your breath. Take one more. Deep, full cycle of breath. Inhaling that good prana, baby. Exhale, release the hands. And then inhale, sweep the arms up above. Exhale, let's fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, let's send the right foot back. You're gonna release that right knee onto the mat. And then what I want you to do, you're gonna stagger that right knee back a bit more. And walk your left foot to the center of the mat. From there, you're gonna lengthen the leg. Okay, so if you need to wiggle that left foot forward a bit, go for it. The point here is to get that stretch through the back of that left hamstring, back of that left glute, that piriformis. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, you can keep your hands here and then fold over that thigh, or you can walk them forward. I like walking them forward because it helps me to really create a little bit more length in the back body. Checking that your right knee is in line with your hip. And then breathe here. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I can't do yoga because I'm too stiff. Or my muscles are too tight. Or I don't bend that way. Well, let me tell you something. My legs are super tight right now. And the only way I'm going to prevent them from getting even more tighter tomorrow is through movement. So when you start to use the excuse of being too tight, then use that as an indicator that you just need to move and stretch these muscles, because they're not going to get any tighter, or looser I should say, from you not moving. So even a simple stretch like this, wherever you are, again, you might need props or 2 blocks, so you want to have those blocks about here, so that way you still get that stretch. Either way, you get to really loosen these guys up, especially if you're moving a lot or you sit a lot. Take one more full cycle of breath, and then inhale, you're going to shift your weight forward, and now you're going to heel toe that left foot over to the left side. You're going to bring your hands to the inside of that foot. Maybe you might need to bring that right knee up a little bit, and then from here, just spread the fingers nice and wide, and then tuck the right toes under, and now let's walk that knee back a bit so you get a little deeper stretch to the top of that right quad. And in this left hamstring, whatever you do with that right leg, know that it affects this left leg also. And again, remember to honor where you are in your life, in your practice, in your body, more importantly. Just breathe here. Let's concentrate on the muscles in your legs, just really softening up. Just relaxing. If you want a little bit more with the right toes tucked under, maybe you can pick that knee up. Breathe. From here, if you have the right knee up, you're going to bring the left hand onto the knee. And even if you have the right knee down, still bring that left hand to the knee. And I want you to get really planted down through that right hand, and then begin to look over your left shoulder. So again, whether the knee is down or it's up, let's get a nice twist for that low back. And then inhale, look over, press into the right hand, press that right hand into your mat, and use this left hand to open up that shoulder a little bit more. Breathe. Each exhalation, think of drawing the belly button back to the spine. Notice what happens when you draw the belly button back to the spine. It creates a bit more space for you to go a little deeper into the twist. One more full cycle of breath. And then exhale. Come back to the center, release that knee. And then from here, you're going to heel toe that left foot back to the center, and then tuck the right toes under, or if you untuck them, and you're going to step that right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, let's fold. And then inhale, let's come back up to standing. Sweeping the arms up above. Oh my, that feels so good. And remember, side body long, reaching through those fingertips while you remain grounded through the 4 corners of your feet. One more full cycle of breath. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, let's fold. If you need to bend the knees, feel free to bend them. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, let's send that left foot back to that lunge. Again, releasing the knee. And then if that knee is here, remember we want to stagger it back a bit. So tuck the toes under, walk that knee back, and then heel toe that right foot to the center of the mat, and then find the length in the leg. And again, you might need to wiggle that foot forward like I'm doing here. Right? Just so you find the length. If you need, again, if you use blocks on the other side or any props on the other side, use them on this side as well. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and then exhale, let's fold over any amount. So this is where I'm at today, you guys. It's super tight. So I need to breathe here. I need to honor that. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stay here and be stuck in this spot. What I'm doing is with each inhalation, I breathe into that moment. And each exhale, I let go and I surrender a little bit more. Relax the back of your head. Breathe. Again, checking that your left knee is in line with the hip. Holy moly. Let's get a few more cycles of breath. Again, you can keep your hands here or walk them forward. So you notice now that I've been in the pose for a few cycles of breath, I can walk my hand and go a little deeper. Awesome. Inhale, come on up. And you're gonna heel toe that right foot over to the right side of your mat. Bring your hands to the inside of that foot. And again, if it's tight, all the more reason for you to do it. It's a simple practice, gets right into that hamstring, right into the top of that left quad. And all you got to do is concentrate on your breath and really allowing those muscles to just relax with each exhalation. Again, breathe here. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Relax the back of your head. Okay. Breathe. And then on the next inhale, you can either keep that left knee here or pick it up. And you're going to bring the right hand to rest on top of that right knee. And then begin to look over the right shoulder. So again, whether the knee is down or you have it up, you're using both hands. Every part of your body comes along for the practice. So the left hand planted down into the mat. Lots of energy here. Right hand on top of the knee. Lots of energy there also. And then each exhalation, that belly button travels back towards the spine as you open up your heart. Oh my word. One more full cycle of breath. Awesome. Exhale, release it down. Bring the hands back in. You're going to step that right foot back. You're going to spread the knees the width of your mat. Bring the mounds of your toes to touch. And then you're going to encourage your sit bones onto your heels. Child's pose. So, sometimes in life you just got to take child's pose. And, child's pose is a very powerful pose. And a lot of people avoid child's pose because it's seen as a cop-out, as, oh, I can't do the pose or the other poses, so I'm going to just hang out in child's pose. But if you think about why you come to child's pose, you get to recognize the power that you have here. This is you honoring where you are in your life and in your practice. And this is you really coming back to your breath, because chances are you're in child's pose because your breath got away from you. And so to humble yourself and to be here and recognize that you need to take child's pose is in itself a very powerful gesture. So a gesture to yourself in honor of all that you choose to be. Child's pose. Just relax. Connect your forehead or your third eye onto the mat. Relax the shoulders. And taking a few more cycles of breath here. And inhale, slowly coming up. And just take a moment to have a seat on your heels. Relax the shoulders. And from here, just come back onto your hands. Tuck your toes under and press it back to downward facing dog. Again, feel free to pedal the feet and look to your hands. We're going to send that left foot through the hands, and then you're going to pivot the right heel down, turn the left foot so that they're in the same direction as the right. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. Exhale, let's fold. The right hand comes down the middle or right below, right in eyesight. Left hand comes to your low back. And again, another twist, looking over the left shoulder. This time you can keep your hand here, or on the next inhale, sweep it up. One more full cycle of breath. And then exhale, release the left hand. Place it where you had the right hand. And then either bringing that right hand to your low back, looking over the right shoulder, or maybe you're sweeping the arm up. I want you to check in though that you're actively connecting through the outside of your right foot. Or actually both feet. So whether you're here or you're here, work on looking over or up to the sky, to the right thumb. Exhale, release. And then from here, let's shift our weight onto that left leg. So lengthen the right leg and then come back over. Shift it over to the right side. Back up, shift it over to the left. And bring it back up. Over to the right. Awesome. Come back to center. Now from here, I want you to bring your hands behind you. Actually, I'm gonna come walk my feet up to the top of my mat. And then bring my hands behind me. And then I'm gonna work on sitting down. So however you need to sit down, go for it. This is how I'm gonna have a seat. And then now, you get to stretch these guys out a little bit more. So you're gonna bring your hands to either side of that right leg. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, let's fold over here. Again, this is where I'm at today. I need to honor that. So, breathing in, side body long, and then exhale, let's fold. Notice here that the left foot wants to lag. I want you to think of pointing the toes straight up to the sky. Maybe you can hold on to your ankle or your shins, or maybe you can hold on to the toes. Wherever you are, breathe into your moment. I'm gonna bring it here. And then on your next inhale, you're gonna bring that right arm to the inside of your right knee. And then I want you to press the back of the palm onto the mat and the back of that elbow on the inside of that knee. Left hand to the left knee, look over the left shoulder, stay here, or sweep that left arm up and over towards the right. Keep opening up your heart here towards the sky or your ceiling, wherever you're performing this practice. Come back to the breath. Concentrate on where you're feeling the stretch in your body right now. One more full cycle of breath. And then exhale, slowly coming out, bringing your hands back to either side of that right foot. Inhale to lift. Exhale, let's fold. And then inhale, coming to the center. Inhale, side body long. Exhale. If you can bring it onto your forearms, let's find that. But I want you to check in that your toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. So whether you're here or you're here, I want you to breathe mindfully into the moment. Okay? Just feel the stretch. And if you need to come out of this a wee bit, you can always bend the knees up a bit. But wherever you are, I want you to give it your best. I want you to practice in truth. So if you're here or here, let's come on up. And let's bring our hands to either side of that left leg. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, let's fold. Oh man, breathe here. So again, whether you're here or you're here, be mindful. So I want you to think of turning your upper body so it's in line with that left leg. 2 more cycles of breath. Check in with the right leg. It wants to fall in, point the toes up. Awesome. So let's take that left hand now and bring it to the inside of that left knee. Okay, the back of that left hand rests on the mat. You bring the right hand onto the right knee. Inhale, begin to look over your left shoulder. Stay here, or on the next inhale, maybe you want to sweep that arm up. breathe into the juiciness of this pose that's revealing all the tension and all the tightness in your muscles. 2 more cycles of breath. Create space here. The neck, shoulders, and then exhale, release. Again, your hands to either side of that left leg. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold, going a little deeper maybe. And then inhale, coming back to the center. Again, inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale. Let's melt it down. Again, whether you're here or you're here, be mindful. Honor where you are in your life and in your practice. That way you can come back to the mat again. I'm going to go here. This is where I'm at. I really need that extra stretch just so I'm not like walking up and down the stairs like I'm some kind of, gimper. You got 3 more cycles of breath. If your knees are bent, maybe you can lengthen the legs a little bit more. Beauty. Inhale, come on up. And bring the soles of your feet into each other. And just give those hips a little break. Oh, what a beautiful day. Sun is shining. The weather is sweet. Makes me want to move my dancing feet. Just feel what you feel here. Sit up nice and tall. Oh. If you want, you can even butterfly your feet out. And then release. Find the length in your mat. And then you're going to come onto your back. Oh my word. Bring your feet under your knees. And then from here, just check in that you can touch your heels with the fingertips. And then from here, you're going to press your hips up. Bring your elbows to either side of you. Press down into the mat. Draw the belly button back to the spine. And press your hips as close to the ceiling or the sky as you can. Keep encouraging the belly button back to the spine. 1 more, just like that. And then let's release it down. From here, you're going to bring your knees in towards the chest. Hug them in. Rock back and forth. And then extend your arms to either side. Look over your right shoulder. Check in that the knees are in line with the hips. And then release the knees over to the left side. So here we go. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. Oh, that feels so good. If you want a little bit more, you can take that left foot and wrap it around the right to take you a little deeper into that twist. Just take a moment here to just relax. Loosen the low back a little bit more. If you want, you can even use that left hand to encourage the knees a little bit closer together. So again, we're not trying to force our body into the stretch. We're allowing that stretch to happen naturally. Let's get 2 more cycles of breath. And inhale, coming back to the center. Switching sides, deep breath in. And exhale, release it over to the right side. Looking over your left shoulder. Using that right hand, the outside of that left knee. Encourage the knee a little bit closer together. Cycles of breath. Just feel what you feel here. Remember that in this moment, we're exactly where we need to be as we continue on our journey in life. Slowly making your way out. Again, hugging the knees in towards the chest. 1 last time, rocking back and forth. and rocking yourself up. You can either sit cross-legged, facing this way, or face your mat. And then bring your hands to your heart center. And just taking a moment, just giving thanks for the opportunity that we had to practice together today. For you showing up on your mat and taking time out for you. Hands at your heart center. Have a beautiful remainder of your day. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.